Amongst the numerous responsibilities and laws that related to the temple and the sanctuary is a commandment found in this week's reading that relates to the altar, that the fire on the altar had to be kept aglow. Eish tamid tukad al hamizbeach lo tichbeh. A perpetual fire had to burn on the altar. It could never be extinguished. It is the commandment that the Kohen, had to ensure that a fire was ignited on the altar every single day. But we are taught that miraculously God brought a fire, that a fire came from heaven. It was God's fire that consumed the sacrifices brought on the altar. So why was the human being involved at all? We could have relied on the fire that came from above. The Alter Rebbe explains and quotes from his teacher, the Mezritcher Maggid, that although God can provide all the fire and everything that we need in our lives and in this world, it is our responsibility to do the best we can. And when we initiate with our fire, if we are enthusiastic and excited, and we bring the fire from the human below, God responds with his fire. But we initiate, and then God builds on our fire by bringing the infinite fire of God. And there is this relationship where the human action elicits God's action, and God's action helps us elicit even greater action from below. The altar in the temple is representative of our heart. It is the place where there is emotion and feeling and the place of enthusiasm in everything we do in this world. And we can go about our responsibilities in this world by merely performing functional Judaism. Do this detail, do another detail, these are the laws, fulfill all the actions that God requires. So the Torah tells us this week, Eish tamid tukad al hamizbeach. Make sure that there's a perpetual fire burning on the altar in your heart. Do what we do as Jews with enthusiasm, with excitement, with a passion to fulfill God's will. And if we bring that fire from our side, God responds by broadening, expanding, and fulfilling fire in our lives way beyond the human reach. Miraculously, God's fire accompanies us on our journey of life. And this is the continuation of the verse, do not extinguish, lo tichbeh. Why would we need to be told to not extinguish the fire if we've already been told that it was perpetual? It had to burn constantly. Obviously, we would not extinguish it. Alter Rebbe explains in the name of the Mezritcher Maggid that it's telling us something more than that. The law, the negativity, the no, the opposition to growth in our lives can be extinguished. When we light the fire and burn the fire on our altar, if we are enthusiastic about what we're doing, what results is that the law, the negativity, the voice inside of ourselves that says it can't be done, we're unable, we're not strong enough to fulfill the responsibility. All the negative arguments in our lives become extinguished. We remove negativity from our thought processes when we light the fire in our lives. May we have the strength to kindle the passion and excitement and enthusiasm and love for our Judaism. Let our children see that. Let our students see it. Let our families live the fire. And Hashem will respond with his fire that is infinitely greater than anything that we can achieve. And when we touch that fire, when we bring that enthusiasm to our lives, the law, the negativity, the voice that says it can't be done is extinguished. May the fire glow in our hearts perpetually. Have a beautiful Shabbos.